The World Moto Clash $1 million race, most exciting thing I've heard in a long time.
Well, there's no rules, man, so that means everything goes. You just get out there and you just get the elbows up.
That means I can bring a shotgun and start shooting people off the line.
I'm like, hey baby, go rock it out. But then I have that other fear of like, oh my God, what if something happens to him?
I can tell you right now, you know, if there's a field of 30 riders chasing after $1 million, it's going to be one hell of a race.
120 miles an hour plus. As soon as I shut off the throttle, the bike locked up and went sideways, and eject I went, and it threw me for a tumble. And that kind of stuff, when it's not really the rider's fault and there's just mechanical failure, it gets into the back of your head, you know. And sometimes it's hard to get over stuff like that.
First time I watched it, we watched it on TV, and I was instantly attracted to it. Like, you can't help but get involved on how close they come to the ground when they turn, and for me it even gives me goosebumps talking about it.
Just got ran off the track, top gear, and then next thing I know I'm flipping through the gravel, and you know, stuff's getting dislocated.
I'm Jamie James. I'm just an old superbike racer, motorcycle racer since started in 1977. So I'm pretty beat up. I've had a good time at it, feeling good and ready to do this show.
Guy's lying. His name is Jimmy Alvarez from Mexico. He's been working on that deal for so long. Yeah. You do that good.
Every amateur dreaming that just, you know, is on the side of the street that's going, hey, I wanna race motorcycles one day.
It's been a goal of mine, a dream for a long time, and I've been racing for 16, 17 years now, and you know, I've won some little stuff here and there, but I've never won a big national championship. There's been a lot of stuff over the years. I mean, from little crashes to you know, mishaps here and there, not being at the right place at the right time. I mean, there's several things. I mean, mistakes that I've made, you know, and I'm willing to admit it.
We all don't have a ride. That's why we're standing in line waiting for the bus. So it's just, I don't know who you're talking to. I mean, I tell you, I mean, at least put a little, you know, the little wireless Bluetooth thing, so at least people think you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, how did we actually wind up here anyway?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just painting in the corner like I'm talking to the cops or something, right?
I could foresee a 300-pound motorcycle with 200 horsepower, and the most nimble, light thing that accelerates so fast it'll make your eyes go and push in the back of your head, you know. Hang on for dear life, you know. I actually kind of excited about even to get to ride something like that.
And when I first heard about the World Moto Clash, I thought, ooh, I've got a 250. Yeah. I've got a 250 sitting in a container right now. We used to run 250s with nitrous oxide. We used to do special first gear so we could get a good start against the fast bikes. All of those things started rolling through my mind.
I'm thinking we'll be able to get away with a larger bore and get it to perform well enough rheostatically where they can use it, you know.
Is rheostatically a word?
No.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, I told him you need to run the bitch in there till you see God, and then pick up the throttle, you know, and then give it some gas.
I think either one of us is going to win or one of us is going to wad it, so it's just a matter of which one works out for us, you know. I think I might take him out.
I don't know if you can.
It's so exciting, and then it's so scary. It's an adrenaline rush, I think, from both sides. I think I get more nervous than he does.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
And I was like, hey, what do you do for a living? He's like, oh, I race motorcycles. My mom flipped out. She's like, talk to your dad.
I'd like to get a handful of that.
First day I met him, he told me he loved me. And the second day he asked me to marry him. Hey, baby, you want to tell him the story? Tell him.
Next thing you know, we're in San Diego beating down Jeremy Toy's door going, hey, what's up? Let's go to Tijuana. And I was like, yeah. And then next thing you know, she's like, oh, she's got me snapped up in an arm bar, and I'm like trying to scream out, Uncle, Uncle. And she's like, what's Uncle, sucker? And
like,
put it in harder.
tighter.
And I'm like, Uncle. And she's like, tap. I'm like, how do you tap? Yeah, I got whooped up by a chick for asking for some blueberry pancakes.
So what did you see in John that made you say yes on the second day?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Everyone's got a championship on the line.
Right.
I see what you're doing.
And turn 1 could be a little dangerous.
Turn 2 could be dangerous.
Turn 3.
Yeah. So
4.
that's really the difference, is that 20 guys or 30 guys are racing for this ultimate championship. It would be gnarly because, yes, I've taken some pretty big risk for that championship bonus before.
Imagine
20 people taking the same risk, all because it's in one race. The butterfly thing. I'm sitting on the starting line. It's pretty hard to deal with. In turn one, half of them go away. But I think it would be times 10.
Plus, you add into the fact that it's the biggest event in your life because you're going to have the biggest audience you've ever raced in front, and the ego is on the line.
Yeah,
it's most important for me.
It really is X Games times 10.
Yeah.
It's cool.